Hello, I'm Ken Livingstone, former Mayor of London. Welcome to the first of a new series in which I shall be telling you all about Jewish history and what actually happened. Since today is the Passover, or in Hebrew, Pesach, I shall start there. The story of Pesach is a complex and oft misrepresented one. For example, it purports to commemorate how the children of Israel threw off the shackles of slavery and were led out of Egypt by Moses, but this overlooks the verifiable historical fact that the Zionists were in cahoots with the Pharaoh, who was very sympathetic to their cause before he went mad and threw all their newborn children in the river. In fact, he was very good to the Jews. He put them all to work. In fact, I believe there was zero unemployment. That's well documented. So it therefore strikes as somewhat churlish that Moses then reneged on the Pharaoh and colluded with God in ushering in the 10 plagues, which was tantamount to state-sanctioned terrorism. Turning water into blood is technically a war crime, and that's just the tip of the iceberg in this instance. There were frogs, locusts, boils, a 3-day spell of darkness. Pretty unpleasant stuff, I'm sure you'll agree. Anyway, this all culminated in the deployment of an angel of death to assassinate all the Egyptians' firstborn sons, while Jews were instructed to mark their front doors with the symbol of the Illuminati so that the angel of death knew to pass over them, hence the name Illuminati. Furthermore, we can infer from the Jews having front doors that the Pharaoh provided full housing as well as full employment, so it was basically a socialist workers' paradise. Needless to say, though, the Egyptians after the 10 plagues were pretty fed up, so understandably they turned on their Jewish counterparts and started chasing them around and around. This was when Moses led the Jews across the Red Sea, so called, I believe, in recognition of the strong socialist values espoused by the Egyptians at the time. Moses famously parted the waves of the Red Sea to let the Jews across, then brought the waves crashing back down on the Egyptians in pursuit of them, drowning them in the process, which I believe also constitutes a war crime. In their haste, the Jews didn't allow time for their bread to rise, which is why they now spend Passover eating giant crackers. At a traditional modern Passover dinner, one of these crackers will be hidden, and the first child to find it wins a cash prize. So far as is my understanding. You also have to dip a boiled egg in salt water, then bowl it towards someone holding a lamb bone as a makeshift cricket bat. And then you smother yourself in horseradish and wait for Elijah to turn up and announce the coming of the Messiah, an arrival I'm fairly certain has yet to materialise. But when said Messiah does arrive, it's believed he will take the Kiddush wine from the Passover table and turn it all into proper wine, so everyone can raise a toast to the socialist Pharaoh and his Zionist co-conspirators. Which reminds me, did you know that Israel is actually controlled by a secret Zionist cabal? All the signs are there, like why is there a Star of David on their national flag? If you're not familiar with the Star of David, it's basically a sort of Jewish swastika. Okay, I suppose I ought to wish you all a very happy Passover, and I hope you found this illuminating. Bye-bye.